And where did she get her law degree that she should be explaining the law to people?
So far, everything she said is completely wrong. The FCC has laid down the law. They've laid down no law. They don't have the right to lay down any law. A court can only lay down law.
The Supreme Court hasn't done anything but rule on the 7 dirty words.
Right.
Because the FCC won't let you get to court.
Yeah, and by the way, the 7 dirty words, we don't use them.
Chauncey, I listen to Howard Stern when I'm out and about in a car. I think parts of him are funny, but at the same time, if my kids are in the car with me,
turn the radio. Turn off the radio. Right. Turn off the radio.
It is inappropriate for children. Now
you're a good parent.
Thank you very much. He broadcasts on the public airwaves.
That's right.
They are owned by the people. If the people say
they're owned by the people. They know that. They're owned by Viacom and Clear Channel.
It seems like Clear Channel owns the airwaves.
Seems to me the people, since I'm the #1 rated morning show, it seems to me the people dig it.
Through government and whatnot, you can't have dirty stuff until 10 o'clock at night. Could you see how what he said and got in trouble for on Tuesday could be deemed offensive?
I love that they're buying in that I said something on Tuesday.
Nobody's telling you what was said.
Right.
Well, first of all, who's to say where do we draw the line of what's dirty and indecent? Who's that person making that call? Because that's a very important person, and that's kind of frightening that someone can make that call.
My Chauncey.
Yeah, Chauncey, my Chauncey.
He's not equipped to handle this. I love him for trying to defend me, but I wouldn't say he's exactly a bright bulb. You say, wait a second. What did you ask the woman a question? What is it he said that offended you? She would say, I don't know.
I don't know. I never even heard the broadcast. And I love the guy who's doing the interview apologizing for listening. When I get in my car, I sometimes listen.
Yeah, he's sometimes.
I'm sorry.
And they can never say how great the show is or the fact
sometimes something's good, sometimes it's bad.
I love this notion that it's the public's airwaves. I hardly think so.
Well, we wouldn't have a problem if that were the case. You just leave the #1 show alone.
Right. The public has voted. We win. I can't listen anymore. I get too riled up.
You should ask the guy what he likes about the show. If he listens, he's got to like something. Be specific.
He likes Baba Booey.
What do you like?
And again, it comes down to choice. You're talking about the free airways. You turn off your radio if you're offended by what you're hearing.
Well, throw your radio out.
It's that simple. It's not rocket science.
We don't have to do that, though. And parents all across America shouldn't have to turn off their radio or turn off their television. If broadcasters would just go by the law...
No one's forcing you to listen to the Howard Stern show. No one's forcing you to, though.
But we're not talking about force. We're talking about him breaking the law. I'm telling you, you have a problem with the Supreme
What law did I break?
Court. That's what you got a problem with. If you're
right. Well, I do have a problem with the federal government, of course. If they're going to censor anybody, not Howard Stern.
Poor Chauncey is in over his head. That woman's easy to make mincemeat out of. You just go, what law are you referring to? If she knew enough to say the 7 dirty words, say they don't broadcast the 7 dirty words. So what law are you referring to? What law did he break? Yeah. I guess I could go on every one of these shows and debate, but
you'd have no time to do this show.
Right.
You're breaking the law.
I wish this woman would call in here. The Parent Television Council, the PTC. The Parent Television Council. How about going out and get a job in television, write something good?
Yeah. Do some programming.
Yeah. Go pitch Les Moonves.
Stern, anyone. Okay, you know what? I'll tell you what. Right now we censor Howard Stern. That's today. Tomorrow, I'm looking at what you're wearing right now. Your shirt is opened up a little too much for me. I'm offended by that. You better button up. I'm seeing too much cleavage right now. I want you to button up. What if that's the law tomorrow?
It's not about offensiveness. It's about what's indecent.
Spend a month in Cuba. Spend a month in Cuba, and then tell me what you, and then come back and tell me how much you love this country.
You don't even
have to have speech.
Hey, don't talk to me. It's not about loving a country. It's about airing illegal material, and the government has the right to
What's
find
illegal?
them.
Well, tell me what's illegal.
Laura, Chauncey makes a good point. Broadcasters need to have spelled out for them.
It was indecent.
That's all she can say. It was illegal. It was indecent. It was illegal. It was indecent.
She is nuts.
Give us an example.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't have any. I mean, she would have been easy to debate.
Well, that's my whole point. All you have to do is say illegal, law, Supreme Court.
But most people don't know.
Sounds like she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah. Let's hear Man Cow on Hannity and Combs. Let's hear this idiot.
Uh-oh.
Boy, oh boy, we're getting some representation.
I don't even know that I doubt he's defending me.
Now, this isn't the first time Howard has found himself at the center of controversy. You can look back at what he said in 1995 when he was talking about murdered Hispanic pop star Selena. He said Alvin and the Chipmunks have more soul. Spanish people have the worst taste in music. They have no depth. And he was once talking about a radio station manager saying he hoped he'd get the deadly AIDS virus and he gives it to his whole family like he bleeds into their food and they all die. Now, over the years, these comments and others have cost Stern's show $1.7 million in fines from the FCC.
That's
but if the latest
That's Sean Hannity, supposedly my defender.
There is no way we were ever fined for anything he just said.
All right, take it easy.
But
I told you, he's going to make you crazy. You can't get too crazy.
I don't understand.
You can't have an opinion on Spanish music?
No. By the way, that is one of the most absurd chapters in my life, where I got attacked because I said I didn't understand Selena's music. That was like the biggest joke ever. And by the way, I was not fined for that, nor was I fined for saying that I wanted to bleed into Larry Wirt's food.
Nothing actionable on either of those statements.
No.
controversy, the beginning of Howard's end. Joining us now from Chicago, radio talk show host, controversial in his own right, our own Mancow Muller. Mancow, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Sean, it's great to see you. Great to talk to you again.
Great to talk to you, my friend. All right.
This guy's a real winner.
Great to see you.
Great to see you. Great to talk to you again.
Friend.
Our friend.
I've listened to Howard Stern for years.
Right.
I think everything
No kidding.
Howard Stern says,
All of you do.
he's kidding. I don't think he says anything. I think some of it is over the line. I think some of it can be mean at times. Whatever. But you know what? Sometimes he's very funny. He's highly rated. The people have decided to listen to him.
Yeah.
Well,
he's highly rated, except in Chicago where I beat him. Look, Sean, you've done...
Lie. By the way, he tried to syndicate into Rhode Island. He's off the air. I mean, another lie. He's highly rated except in Chicago where I beat him. Lie. You know, lies.
done my show. The president's done my show. Alan Combs has done my show. And I just got...
My show.
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, he can't stand that I'm getting all the attention.
I fined last week for something from 2001. And I just want to say one thing before we get going here. And I'm willing to talk about anything, but I'm being fined. This is chilling. This is more big government.
He wants everyone to know he's being fined.
I get fined too.
Nobody cares about his fine. Because all he's doing is mimicking me.
This is chilling.
If you ever beat me in Chicago, it's because the people in Chicago think that I'm mimicking you.
Right.
Because you sound so much like me.
And look, it's easy to go after Stern. You know, the Janet Jackson thing was horrible. But
Horrible?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, this guy is retarded.
I'll tell you this, on any day, I could find something on Rush Limbaugh's show, on Michael Savage's show, on your show, that could get you off the air, certainly on my show. It's really scary what's going on out there. Look, Stern is easy. Look, wait. You and I sat and talked about this. I mean, this guy did a show about raping my father's corpse. Let me tell you something. I'd like Stern to have a bullet in his head. I hate his guts. But in the free country...
Yeah, I want to rape you.
It's better to say I want him to have a bullet in his head than rape your father.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. By the way, I raped his father. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't realize you'd actually done it.
I did it. I dug up his corpse one night, and I raped it.
Then you are evil.
I'm evil.
That's horrible.
I got drunk,
Yikes.
and I think his name was Mancow Sr. I raped the corpse of him.
Injured?
Yes. During the very rough sex.
You had hate sex.
And I just want to go on record saying his father didn't put up a fuss at all. He liked it. What a moron. There's another guy.
I was going to say, idiocy is running rampant in this country. That's what we should be worried about.
There's so many idiots. So many idiots, it's impossible to follow the logic.
So little time.
Yeah. They really should redig that guy's corpse up because the father was moaning very, very nicely.
Right. Double check that one.
Yeah, oh, please. By the way, if it bothered him so much, why does he keep bringing it up?
But, to say I want him to have a bullet in his head, so much nicer.
Oh, that's nice.
You're a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, good for you.
There's no equivalency there.
Yeah.
You have a right to be a jerk.
Well, but man cow, that's the point. And I think, for example...
Man cow.
But man cow.
Yeah, but man cow.
Man cow, let's just get serious for a second, man cow.
But if Clear Channel, this is not a free speech issue for Clear Channel's point of view. If they decide they have their limits, their standards, they want to use them, I think they have every right to put them on or not put them on. On the other hand, but we've got to...
You can't wait to get the next word in. Next idiotic word out. So anyway, it goes on and on and on and on. I'm afraid to listen to the rest of them.
Wow, so far it's been frightening.
Who else you want to hear? You want to hear Jason Shrinsky? You want to hear Richard Johnson of The Post?
Richard Johnson?
Yeah, he's on there with it. And Richard, by the way, did a hammering on me with the Jim Carrey thing.
I know, just recently.
Yeah. Neil Cavuto evidently said something nice about me. And I was saying, he said some scummy things about Hollywood, but evidently he defended me.
Oh.
But who even knows what that is?
I'm fascinated.
Raise this question. Are there any limits, and what would the limits be? For example, should you be allowed to use the F word on radio?
No.
I don't think you should.
I don't think so either. Sean, look, you can't...
I think you should.
Why is Man Cow screaming?
That's his shtick, though.
No!
I never understood how people listen to that.
Hey!
No, they shouldn't. Does he have time to think?
It's not, answer fast or you lose.
No.
But man cow.
What the hell? No.
Can I get the question out?
Can't go into a firehouse and yell...
I could never talk that
Listen to this. He's not having a conversation. You can't go into a fire.
...about movie or whatever the rule is. Look, you got to have rules. The thing is, I've never wanted to break the rules. I did a parody song about Bill Clinton. It cost me $42,000. The news...
It didn't cost you anything. What a lying guy. What a lying liar.
I did a parody song.
I did a parody song about Clinton. It cost me $42,000.
I'm worse than Howard. They should be persecuting me.
I can't believe how fast he can talk. I got to admit.
And loud. It's all loud.
How does he must have to go home and rest.
He actually lives up to the name Man Cow.
I like he's flaunting his resume.
Yeah. Come on.
But he doesn't answer anything.
I did a parody song.
I've done worse. Is he supposed to be defending me?
I did a parody song of Bill Clinton.
I got $42,000 out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
Casters were saying the same thing I said in a parody song. No,
Listen,
I'm telling you.
But there's something...
Sean, you forget I'm your friend. I know how the government went through your offices. This is more of the same. You and I are on the same boat, and we got to stay... we hate this guy. We should tell people. But he has a right to be a jerk.
We hate this guy.
If they're on the same boat, could we float it out of here?
Yeah, let's float them back to Cuba.
Uh-oh.
We hate this guy. Let me sing you my parody song.
But tell us what the line... I just want to know what the line is. Tell me what the line is. I'll obey it.
This is chilling because I think at the end of the...
Let's go back to your dad's corpse. I like that. I forgot about that. He brings it up wherever he can.
It's close to his heart.
Rah, rah, rah.
Here's a guy I'm going to show about raping my father's corpse.
Day, those people that have conservative viewpoints...
Yeah. I have to go back and dig his dad back up. I'm getting horny listening to this.
Yeah.
He did it again. Yeah.
Man Cow. Man Cow. No.
Yeah, I'm sure that Man Cow is not a jerk.
Him and Sean are the same guy.
On the radio...
I'm a Christian.
Okay, hang on.
I'm a Christian.
Can you blurt out more things?
Jerk Perez.
I do parody songs. We hate this guy.
He's almost Elliot Offen.
Conservative.
Considerably be targeted. And I think what they're doing to Howard... Look, here's the bottom line. Howard has the number one morning show in New York, okay? People have made their decision. They want to listen to him. If you don't like what he says, turn the channel down.
Sean, by the way, all my troubles, 7 million people here in Chicago, the Man Cow audience, one guy that works at a Democratic alderman's office. He heard President Bush on my show and started writing every day to the government. Is this fair?
Oh, my God.
Is this fair? How do people... He couldn't possibly have 7 million listeners, could he?
Way.
There's no way, right? He's lying about that, too.
The radios are broken on that channel.
How many people live in Chicago?
7 million! They all left.
doesn't need a radio to
Let me
broadcast.
see who else we got here. Jason Shrinsky. I don't even know that I want to play him. He's the guy who went on and said he used to be my attorney. No, he was the attorney working against me.
Right. He was the attorney for the radio station negotiating your contract.
Yeah. Who treated me like hell. I don't know that I could stomach hearing his voice.
We just heard Man Cow for 10 minutes.
So could this mean television and radio will soon sound and look a lot different? Joining us now is Jason Shrinsky, Howard Stern's former attorney.
Wow. What a lie.
No wonder you did so badly in that negotiation.
Howard Stern's former attorney. I didn't know he was working for me.
He represented everybody.
Can't you be disbarred for lying? You were my attorney?
Who's fought those FCC fines in the past? And Republican.
Who's fought the
We
FCC?
were never fined in Washington.
Am I drawing a blank here? Was this guy ever my attorney?
No.
By the way, 3 million people live in Chicago. I don't want to know how you got 7 million listeners. Maybe it's the suburbs or something. I don't know.
They're illegals. I like donuts. Sean!
Congressman Cliff Stearns. Congressman Stearns is on the committee that heard testimony today. He believes
There wasn't one congressman on that committee who got up and said this is a witch hunt. Not one.
No, because this is a juicy issue, I guess, when it's time to go to certain constituencies in your community to get votes.
much more needs to be done to curb indecency on the airwaves. Thanks to both of you. All right, Mr. Shrinsky, is this the beginning of a big change in what's going to happen on television and radio? And if so, is that a good thing?
Well, I think it is the beginning of a change. I can't tell you, Dan, that it's a big change, but I can tell you that my broadcast clients have all received memorandums from me, and they have sent memorandums to all of their programming people going into the no tolerance. It's very important.
No tolerance.
For them to do it. There is tremendous political pressure now, and we'll see how everybody adapts to it. But yes, there will be a change.
Let's go to court over this. When are we going to have a court
we're
date?
all capitulating.
I know.
How noticeable, I can't predict, but there will be a change.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, again, as I've said to you on more than one occasion, overreaction is a bad thing. And I'm not sure that this isn't overreaction. By the same token, there are people and there are times when they do cross the line, when they do go too far. That's certainly not for me to say. And
advertisers will tell you. They'll stop advertising
And
if you
the
go too
audience
far.
will tell you.
Yeah. Man, it's weird what's going on, isn't it? Isn't it weird, man? Do you think it's strange?
Yes. And scary.
Yep.
No,
I'm a Christian!
But I hate this guy.
We listened to 5 interviews. No one made a good point.
No.
On either side.
I might have to do an interview with somebody.
Well, yeah, but oh my goodness. You can't do all of these.
I was thinking of doing Rolling Stone, but I don't know. Nobody
No,
reads.
you need to do like a broadcast interview, like with Diane Sawyer or somebody. You and Barbara Walters.
I'd like to rub her legs during the interview.
I still
start rubbing her legs. I like her legs. Like, you know what? Like, Diane Sawyer's getting older and stuff, and, she's not that hot, but her legs still look like they're 20 years old.
Yeah.
And she shows them in every interview. Like, what she'll do is wear a short skirt and make sure her legs are exposed.
Well, that's what she's saying. Don't look at my face.
Yeah. I mean, that's a trick a lot of women will use to get you to date them.
Why not use what you got? If you got them.
I'm afraid I could get hypnotized by those things.
I still like your idea of you interviewing you.
Yeah, I did it. I pitched it to ABC. They liked it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
But I want, one interview where you're taking, the whole issue on seriously. To tell people what the hell is the real deal.
I might choke and forget like these guys.
And start screaming about things. I like chocolate!
I want to go there.
Sean! Yes, man.
Boy, he's worked up.
Wow. God.
Is he on something?
I mean, I couldn't imagine someone sounding more annoying than that.
I mean, like, I could not take that level of intensity.
Right.
The whole show can't be like that.
Oh, he couldn't do 4 hours of that.
No.
I'd kill you.
At some point, he's got to go into, like, a diabetic coma.
Yeah. I've never heard a second of his show.
I heard his show when it first started. They sent me a tape of it, and it's unlistenable.
It sounds Greaseman-ish.
It's like me if I yelled everything and then, but was a staunch Republican, but then started just doing nasty sex talk, and that's the thing. He does like that kind of stuff, like Yeah, let me see your boobs, but yells it.
Yells.
Yeah.
Take off your shirt.
Boobs.
And it moves incredibly fast to the point that you can't focus on anything.
President Clinton sucks. Now do something with this banana.
Yeah, it's that fast.
Bush was on that show?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess he stopped yelling at that point.
But he also pretends that people are on the show.
Oh,
and has
who
fake.
aren't?
Well, yeah, he has like fake interviews. Like somebody interviews the person, he puts in his voice.
I see.
So you never know.
You may not have had the president.
Good stuff.
It's a very, very tricky proposition. It's a landmine of radio tricks.
Parody song.
Yeah, parody songs.
$47 million.
The song parody?
Tell my 7 million listeners.
He just blurts out crap.
Parody song, $7 million. Sean, no. My friend. What? Who? There? Why? Safe.
Hey,
right,
Dave.
Right to me.
What's happening, Stern?
Hey, brother.
Nice to be on the air over there. Yeah, they just shot down that line. That quote from Jason Scherzinski in Cleveland. It was bleeped. The only part that you heard was the end. When it was told that was the line from Jason.
Huh. I don't wonder why they believe Jason Shrinsky.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, it was bleeped in Cleveland. Just to let you know.
Hey, guys, did we just get bleeped? Wonder what we said. I can't wait to hear what it is. It's getting to be goddamn ridiculous.
The thing that I would believe is that seeing as though that lawyer was against you during your negotiations, whatever that was about, 98.5 doesn't want anything to do with.
Did we get bleeped?
Tom says no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you might have just had a weird thing going on in your radio.
All right, then. I don't know.
All right.
I love your show.
Thanks. I got to take a break.
Need a break after that man cow stuff.
200 million people.
God.
I've been fined.
Come on.
Okay.
It hurts my voice.
We get it, man cow. You've been fine.
You're a bad boy. We get it. You are too. You're everything Howard is. And more.
He's a jerk.
Right, okay.
He's highly rated everywhere except in Lighthound.
Thanks.
Yeah, okay. That's why I'm still on there. Okay. You got a lot to back that up with. I'm 5'4".
Sean!
Look at me.
I have a very dorky beard.
I feel bad for these shows. They all want me to come on, but they got to.
They're stuck.
They got Jason Shrinsky and
Mancow
and Carson Daly.
Chaunce.
Heartbreaking. All right. Well, I got a ton of these. If you think they're entertaining, I can play you more.
I'm enjoying them myself. I might be self-indulgent, but this is funny.
Yeah, it's Sean. What is it? I just wanted to say hi. No.
Yes. No.
All right. We'll be back right after these words.
Howard Stern is not only the self-styled king of all media, he's the king of the jungle and the empire.
And Isaac is a true professional, so it takes a lot.
Yeah, to get to him.
Right.
Jessica Hahn's on the phone, wants to say something. Then Jeff the Vomit guy's going to come in here with some chick who wants to vomit on him.
Yeah, I was thinking about Jessica the other day. I said, we haven't heard from her in a while.
Yes, Jessica.
Hi, baby.
Hey.
How you doing?
All right.
Hey, Howard, I was thinking about this FCC thing. And, I mean, I'd be willing to go on, like, Larry King and stuff and talk about it. But why isn't the media worried? Because they're all affected. Don't they realize this?
Well, they think that it's not going to happen to them.
But it will.
See, Jessica's a sweet girl, and Jessica evidently, Larry King calls you all the time, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I wonder what's up with that.
I just, he's been, for like the last year or so, his people call and say, do I want to show up and just talk? And I usually go about what, But this would be worth talking about, the FCC.
And while I love Jessica, I don't know that Jessica Hahn defending me on Larry King is effective. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's
yeah,
sweet,
I was
but...
in the ladies' room just now, and I was thinking about, the people who are defending us so far. And I said, we need like a Harvard professor.
Yeah, we need somebody who's a really good debater, who understands the issue.
Yeah, who can really put it into political and
really
historical
understands
context.
this issue?
Oh, I do.
No, I'm talking about the rules and stuff.
I do.
You do? You know all the FCC rules?
Sure.
Because
I know exactly what's going on. I know that they have decided to create a vague explanation of what they want.
It's a trap.
It's never been challenged by the courts. because no broadcast. We tried to challenge it. When I say we, this company that I work for, Viacom Infinity, they tried to challenge it, and the government said, we will not. All of a sudden, they don't even say it. Mel was trying to buy 3 radio stations, I think, at the time. Suddenly, the paperwork was buried. Ooh. So he calls up, he goes, what's going on? Nothing. We're processing the paper. Now, this guy's bought 1 million radio stations already. He knows when things are being slowed down. It's taking years. The people he's going to buy the station from are thinking of killing the deal because they can't get their money. And all of a sudden, our government starts working against you. So Mel had to do what he had to do. He paid off the fines in some sort of way that said we weren't really paying the fines. We're making a contribution.
Right, some kind of a deal.
Yeah, but what happened was he was pressured into paying them because he was going to go to court to hear if we had really done anything indecent. And he said, as a broadcaster, I would never put anything indecent on my air. I don't think this is indecent. Let's find out from a court, which is the only way you can settle these things. That's how the 7 dirty words came about. Mm-hmm. So our government, whether you want to believe this or not, and I know there's some wonderful people out there who want to be naive about this stuff and think that this kind of crap doesn't go on. Our government officials, our unelected government officials, meaning the FCC, went ahead and put pressure. Now, when a woman from something called the Parent Television Association said, which is nothing, it's a woman who watches TV, gets on TV and then says, well, he's breaking the laws set up by the FCC. There is no law set up by the FCC.
And the FCC doesn't get to set up laws.
The FCC never had the right, except for the 7 dirty words, F, S, and the C word or whatever they are. It's the only time they have a right to say someone has violated the law. Other than that, there's no law. So this is a sham. The FCC is a government office that literally was about to close down. There's no more regulatory commission needed. And this has made them relevant. Don't you see what's going on? It's irrelevant people trying to find an issue to be relevant. It's all a scam. And that's what I would say on these shows. But for someone to have the intellectual capacity to understand this and also have the ability to get on these shows and be calm and cool and collected.
Not screaming like man can.
It's very difficult to find spokespeople. Now you're saying, Howard, why don't you do it? If I went on all these shows and did it, it would make absolutely zero difference. Most people aren't intelligent even enough now to understand what I'm talking about.
Well, they've already had their minds made up. It's like,
they don't have the intellectual ability to understand what you're talking about. Right. That's why I'd rather have Jeff the Vomit guy in here now, and that is what everyone understands. I know what the people want. I know what the people appreciate. And I'm about to go give it to them. So, Jessica, yes, I love you. And if you want to go on Larry King, by all means, go ahead, because I'd love to play those clips on the air. And I love you very much.
I love you, too.
All right. That's the beautiful Jessica Hahn. Now, let's get to what the people want while we're still on the air. Because one guy had the balls to call in here and say, this is the best thing ever happened to you. And I said to him,
who said that?
Yeah, one of the listeners. Because this is the best thing. I said, what, being thrown off 6 stations and probably within a month? I said, well, what would be a better thing is if they took me off the air completely, in your logic.
Yeah, the more, the better.
Yeah, let's see. If I get off all the stations, I'll really benefit. All right, let's give the people what they want. I'm about to introduce you to 2 people. One is a man who likes to be vomited on.
Yes.
And another one who likes to vomit on men.
Really? You finally found someone like this?
Well, she doesn't like to vomit on men, but she's so sick of hearing this guy whine on the air, she said, I'll come in and throw up on that idiot.
Ah.
Your name, sir, is Jeff the Vomit Guy.
Yes. America's #1 emetophile.
I got to tell you something. I think out of all the freaks that have been on this show, now I've been doing this show 20-something years, I got to tell you something. You are the most disturbing.
He's also the most committed. He's never gotten off his...
Dedicated.
Yeah.
Dedicated.
And he's the most smelly. He reeks today.
He reeks. Why do you reek? Have you been vomited on recently?
No. Actually, my clothes have been fresh in a duffel bag, and I put on something that's more conforming for the day's events.
You were a postal worker, is that right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Do I have your history right? I'm trying to remember.
Yes, that's right.
You were a postal worker, and they fired you, or you got off on a disability?
I got off on a disability. I fired myself. They didn't fire
What was the disability again? I'm forgetting.
I claimed that it was the hours I worked were too stressful, and I couldn't hack it. I didn't want to hack it. They didn't fire me.
Do they pay you?
No, they didn't pay. I wasn't there long enough. I wasn't there long enough. Right? Yeah, I quit. I quit, and I went on disability in the late 80s. 1980. I wasn't awarded it right away because the government felt I was healthy enough and physically capable enough to working. I had to go through appeals and hire a
But you got disability because they think you're crazy.
I went out of my way to convince them that I'm not. How
much a month do you get?
About $700.
Is that what you live on?
Yes, that's basically month to month what I live on. And by today's standards, that's not.
And you
very
get
much
this the
long.
rest of your life.
Yes. In fact, yes, I would. The only way
Thank God.
It would ever change is if I actually got a life for myself and went back to work or had monies exceeding in the bank account.
And you live with your parents? Is
no,
that correct?
my mother is deceased.
When did that happen?
That happened about a year ago. She unfortunately died.
Sorry to hear that. Embarrassment. She died of embarrassment?
No, she died basically of, she had a blood disorder for many years. And
have you buried her yet, or is she still living with you? Who knows?
So she's buried in Long Island.
Was she embarrassed? Was she embarrassed by the fact that you like to be vomited
Nobody
on?
likes I'm very underappreciated. Nobody appreciates my...
Right, so you live with your dad now, is that correct? Now, I remember, I think it was like a year ago or 2 years ago, the police had to be called in because some of the neighbors had complained that you were yelling and screaming and abusing your parents.
My father we never really found out who did that because my father never made any complaints, and the neighbors in our small building that we live in, they claim none of them complained. So
when the police came, you claimed that you were yelling at the TV set.
Right. I was basically. I did not argue with my parents. I get very upset about team sports, losing lottery tickets, and I take out my frustration on the TV a lot of the time.
So you yell at the television when you buy the lottery ticket every month?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
With 600-700, losers buy lottery tickets. You know why? Because they think they're going to get rich. They normally don't. On $700 a month, you think you'd save every penny that you get.
Yeah, I'm pretty stupid.
How much money do you spend on lottery tickets a day?
A day?
Yeah.
I would say between $20 and $40 a day.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm
not
actually
kidding
glad he's giving the money back to the state.
How do you do that?
I support the state college fund.
How do you pay your bills?
I pay my cell phone bill. I live at home. I live relatively rent free. My father doesn't charge me much rent, and I pay for my own.
Your father charges you no rent.
Right. Let's be honest. He doesn't charge me rent.
Okay.
I live rent free most of my life, except in the early '90s when I made an attempt to take an apartment on my own in Bensonhurst. A lady friend of mine moved in with me. We had a year lease. She left me right away. I was left with the apartment for a year.
It was a disaster.
It was a disaster.
Right.
That was 14 years ago, actually. 14 years ago.
Does he have brothers and sisters?
No brothers, no sisters.
That poor family.
So you are here to say that you did not abuse your parents.
No, that's absolutely right. I did not.
And the police had to take you away anyway.
Right. They get misnomers from unidentifiable sources that I don't know where they got.
A lot of people are sickened by you. They don't like the sound of your voice. They don't like your fetish where you are vomited on by women.
You know what I'm thinking? Maybe his parents were smart. They saw what their first child came out to be.
Yeah, they didn't want anybody else. I'm just, I guess I'm a misfit.
You like to be nude when the women vomit on you?
No, not
Do you plan on being nude today?
No. I don't plan on being. I don't plan on being nude. No.
All right. And you say this fetish of yours being vomited on started when, as a child,
early age.
That you saw your cousin vomit.
Yes, that's right.
A girl,
Cousin Susan. Yes.
Yeah, and that turned you on.
Yes.
You started to fantasize that you were below her with her vomiting on you.
Yes. Or in front of her, or watching her heave over a toilet. It doesn't always have to be being vomited on. It's just the physical act of voyeuristic watching someone throwing up gets me.
All right. There's a woman in our audience named. Yes. What is it, KC?
Yo,
why do you interrupt my show?
Because he's got vomit poems today. He wants to read vomit poems.
I don't care about that. You sicken me.
Oh yes. Well,
they're very creepy, Howard.
And you also go to the bathroom in the bathtub while you take a bath.
Where did you hear that one?
You told me that.
I told you that one. Well, I told you.
Number two. Is that true or false?
No, false. It's false. It's false.
Is that you telling the truth now?
Yeah, I'm telling the truth.
Don't lie.
Oh no, I'm not lying. No, that's a falsity.
What is a typical day for him?
You do it.
What do you
do
all day?
Buying lottery tickets, constantly thinking what's the next numbers that are going to be coming up. fantasizing about women puking.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to have sex with women, or you want to just have them puke on you?
I all these years, for 32 years, sex seems to be secondary. I seem to get orgasm from witnessing, watching them,
all right.
Hearing them.
Everyone is sick of you. Let me introduce you to the woman
don't
who
like me.
Jessica. This is Jessica, who is, by the way, very beautiful. Very.
Thank you.
You are a sexy girl. You were once a stripper, weren't you?
I was.
And how old are you?
I'm 27.
All right, 27-year-old girl. You obviously are well built. You attracted to her, Jeff?
I'm looking right at her. She looks good looking. You know, yeah. I would have to, in my mindset, picture her. You know, throwing up in.
Jessica, you're coming in to puke on Jeff Levy today because you're disgusted with him.
Yes.
Is that correct?
I want to puke on him right now. I can't even hold it in.
You even practiced on your own boyfriend.
I did.
So that you were sure that you could accomplish this.
Yeah, well, I knew I could puke on command, but I didn't know if I would be able to do it on a person.
All right.
It would be nice to one time meet someone who doesn't have a boyfriend, who just happens to have a puke desire.
That's not going to happen.
Well,
don't get too into it, buddy.
You're lucky we got her.
Yeah.
When is the last time you were vomited on, Jeff?
A few months ago.
All right. How did that happen?
I have to seek it out going to dominatrix's. Dominatrix, another form of prostitution, I would say.
How much does that cost?
Too much. It ruins.
We should hang out with Stuttering John with Pamela
his chances
Anderson.
at the lottery.
Get a big lottery where maybe I'll paint the town red with my going.
What does it cost to have a woman vomit on you?
At one particular place I know, $220 for about a 45, 50-minute.
And where do you get that? Where do you get the $225?
It comes out of my Social Security check, or it comes from maybe a lottery win that I got in a day or so ahead of time. I try to plan it out, time it with coinciding with a $250.
Jessica, he just sickens you, and this is why you want to do it.
He really does sicken me.
Okay.
See, I'm trying to point out to America that this is a fetish. I'm not trying to sicken girl. I'm just saying that it's an erotic.
Are you still a stripper?
No. Well, the last time I stripped was about 6 months ago.
Okay.
But I would like to say, another fetish was the guy. Remember that guy in Australia who was or wherever it was, where he had to cut the guy's penis off?
Yes. Big news story.
Like, that's a fetish too, but doesn't make it right.
Maybe I'm a sociopath, or maybe I'm just a freaky, kinky type of guy.
You have a boyfriend?
I do, yes.
Yes. You swing with him, it says here in the notes?
No. Actually, I don't swing with him. I think that was taken a little out of context. I bartended a swinging party.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I worked a swinging party, which was very interesting. I had a great time there.
And you're bisexual?
I very much so am.
You do girls and guys?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
I have an enormously large tongue, so women are very...
Let me see your tongue. Stick it out so I can see. Well, that is a
That's a pretty...
All right. Now, what are you going to wear when you vomit on Jeff, so we know?
I'm wearing what I'm wearing right now.
That's it?
Yep.
Well, I'm wearing the American flag.
Then I find that makes it even easier for me.
I wish you were in a bikini or something when you vomit.
Well, I'm a little self-conscious of my body.
Right.
I lost about 70 pounds about 3 years ago. My boobs are really saggy. I'm just not happy.
Leave your clothes on.
Okay, I'll leave my clothes on. I'm not...
How does a stripper gain 70 pounds?
I was actually overweight when I was stripping.
Wow.
And I made good money
I see.
being a little bit more buxom. I appeared to the minorities.
Well, you look good now. I'll tell you that. You look good in your clothes.
Well, thank you. I worked really hard.
How do you throw up? Do you stick your finger
I stick my finger down my throat, buddy.
All right. Well, you're angry with him.
No, I'm not angry with him. I just think that he's despicable and loathsome and a little bit vile.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you
picture I painted.
Vile equals bile. So.
All right. You seem to like that, Jeff, when women accuse you of being vile.
Maybe it's the like I gross them out. It's like I'm deriving some type of satisfaction at like I so disgust them that like I could be their personal vomit therapist to win.
Jeff, are you going to keep your clothes on? I don't understand. You want to be vomited on in your clothes?
I'll take off my my American flag.
I would think so. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get it on.
May I just say though that I have a girlfriend.
I want to get it over with.
I have a girlfriend for 6 years. Her name is Gloria. She knows about my fetish. No, she doesn't throw up on me. She thinks it's disgusting too.
All right.
But I could be involved in a relationship that doesn't have a puking in it, but I crave and desire.
Lay down on the floor and receive your vomit.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This is Jeff's dream. I've entertained all forms of erotic behavior, but this is the most repulsive and disgusting. Now, Jessica, how have you prepared for this? Did you eat a lot of food, or?
I ate several different kinds of food. I ate very colorful food. I ate some ricotta cheese to bind it all together.
I got to tell you, this disgusts me. I don't know that I can watch.
It is, but you know what
disgusts
I would like
me?
to dedicate this to all bulimic women throughout the country, by the way.
And by the way,
to all the metaphiles.
Can I say something? It's very nice you're making his fantasy come true.
Yes, it is.
Jeff is laying on his back on the floor. Jessica is over him now. But before you do it, Jeff, you moan during this, don't you? It turns you on so much.
I don't. You want to hear me moan, or
I don't want you to inhibit yourself.
Shall I just be natural and just try to?
It would help our audience to understand what is going on.
I just have to say.
Well, a metaphilia is a bona fide fetish, and there's some form of sexuality.
Can you be quiet and let her do her thing?
On my dying day, I'm going to maintain that because I've been into this 32 years, and I think maybe there are more guys who are into it than girls. They have many videos. They have certain websites. Vomit Online is one.
I wish your fetish was chopping your head off.
Well, I don't mean to sicken or repulse.
All right,
this is America, and I'm just telling you the real truth of how I feel.
Get into it.
Hey, Howard,
okay.
All right, here we go.
Do you know that Baba Booey is he's boycotting this segment?
No, get him in here.
He will not be any part of it.
Why should Gary Delabate be disgusted by me? I guess people just don't understand where I'm coming.
Gary won't come in?
He won't come in.
I would like to add one thing. I was actually had sardines in this whole scenario, but I was rushed out, so I didn't get a chance to eat them. So you're
Ladies and
lucky
gentlemen,
I'm not swallowing sardines.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness a fetish so repulsive and vile it is very rarely spoken of.
I have one more question now. Is Gary
hidden
afraid that
behind
he might throw up?
Yes.
Is that what it is? And would Jeff appreciate it if a man threw up on him?
Would you like a man throwing up on you?
No, I am not. I maintain I am not bisexual.
You're not weird.
I am heterosexual. I like watching pretty girls in the act of
well, this
vomiting.
is a pretty girl, you have to admit.
Yes, she's a pretty girl. I have my girlfriend. No, I have a girl. I have a girlfriend.
I'm actually a huge fan of yours, and I've had like multiple sexual fantasies about you.
Really? Thank you.
I have, yes.
This is called Roman showers. The Romans did it. Roman showers, rainbow showers.
I hope you vomit into his mouth so he shuts up.
I was wondering that. Like, is he gonna? If he opens his mouth, then I'm gonna smack him. I think in the face.
Yeah, throw up on his face, dude.
Like that's really sick.
Hey, Mike, you're on the air.
The sicker, the more erotic, the more intense.
All right, please, Jeff. I'm taking a phone call.
Why
Yes.
don't this freak Jeff take it to the next level and like eat her chunks?
Would you eat her chunks, Jeff?
Would I eat her chunks? No, I never said I'm a vomit eater.
Thank you for repeating the question, Jeff.
Would I eat her chunks?
All right, he's thinking about
I'm
it.
just a voyeuristic vomit
Where is
lover.
Baba Booey? I want him to throw up.
Howard, please don't.
Oh, come on in, man. Come on. We all.
It's fun. Well, it's fun.
Don't look, but come in.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Isn't it fun? I think it's fun. You must enjoy vomit. You must enjoy vomiting.
Ladies and
I'm just
gentlemen.
glad Casey's here because I've got some stuff to tell him that Miss Howard Stern told me about him. Some interesting information for him.
Who?
Casey.
Miss Howard Stern.
Oh, what'd she say?
She broke down on She said she didn't say Valentine's Day. She said Valentine's Day. It's Happy Valentine's Day. I saw her at Iggy's, and she's like, how's your Valentine's Day going? I'm like, great. I'm like, how's yours? She's like, it's terrible because Casey doesn't want me. She started crying and ran off.
Yeah, and there you go, Howard. Yeah, I should have dated her, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I would have.
No, we didn't say dated.
All right, Gary, you ready?
May I just say that when I've had sessions, one-on-one.
Would you shut up?
Nobody cares.
Okay.
Sean!
All right, here we go. Jeff Levy, who enjoys being retched on.
Yes.
This is the beautiful Jessica. I don't even think she's plugging anything. Are you plugging anything?
Not really. Just the bar I work at if you want to come see me.
Where's that?
I work at the Village Idiot on 14th and 9th. I work at the Patriot on Chambers and Church.
All right.
Howard, could I just plug two things?
All right.
Vomit Online is where I go to get my, it's a website, bona fide, and howardshrine.com is where you can find the life story
now
of
it's
me.
time for you to enjoy. This is what you wanted, so I imagine you're I see you turned on.
Well, you know that I've called in so many times. I've called in so many times, and I've been.
All right. Here we go.
He's pitching the tent now.
Yeah, you're turned on, aren't you?
He is.
Well, I'm sitting here, and I'm going to be watching this very carefully.
Throw up on his eyes.
Here we go. It's about to happen.
Oh my.
Oh. All right, that's enough.
It looks kind of sardine. It looks kind of.
All right, stop.
It looks kind of sardine-y.
All right, stop. Stop.
It looks kind of
stop.
It looks... Do you want me to help you vomit some more?